Most people have been taught that to change their lives, they need to work harder, do more, and think positively all the time. We've grown up with the idea that success, happiness, and abundance are things we must chase and earn through constant effort. But what if real transformation doesn't work that way? What if the life you dream of isn't something outside of you, but something already within you, something waiting for you to realize it? You may have tried all the common tools, vision boards, affirmations, meditations, staying upbeat, and still nothing really changes. That's because trying to change your outer world without changing your inner world is like trying to get a mirror to smile at you first. It can't. It only reflects what you show it. This is how the universe works too. It doesn't give you what you want. It gives you what you are. Your current state of being, how you feel, think, and carry yourself, is the signal you're sending out. And that signal is shaping what life brings back to you. Think about it. If you're constantly feeling like you're not enough or that something is missing, then you're living in a frequency of lack. And no matter how much you want something better, the universe keeps mirroring back your current emotional state. That's why things feel stuck or like they're looping. It's not that you're doing something wrong. It's that your energy is telling the universe you're still the same person. And so you get the same results. Manifestation isn't about wishing or waiting. It's about becoming. The moment you shift your internal state, your thoughts, your emotions, your energy, you begin to align with a new version of reality. And when you do, life begins to shift around you. Every version of you already exists in what science calls the quantum field. The confident you, the successful you, the loved and joyful you, they're all real and available. You don't have to earn your way there. You simply need to align with that version by becoming emotionally and energetically in tune with it. This is what many spiritual and scientific teachers have been saying in different ways. Neville Goddard called it living in the end, where you feel and think from the reality you desire as if it's already yours. Joe Dispenza teaches that when you think new thoughts and feel new emotions, you actually rewire your brain and body to match a new identity. Abraham Hicks says, you have to feel it before you see it. That's the key. Most people wait for life to change before they feel good. They wait for love to feel loved. They wait for money to feel secure. They wait for success to feel confident. But that delay keeps them stuck. The universe doesn't respond to delay. It responds in the present moment to what you're radiating now. When you start feeling the emotions of your desired future before it arrives, you begin to attract it faster. Your body and mind start acting as if it's already real, and your energy becomes more powerful and focused. This isn't just spiritual talk, it's backed by neuroscience. When you feel grateful for something that hasn't happened yet, your brain doesn't know the difference. It starts building the neural connections that match that new experience. Your body starts producing the chemicals of joy, love, and abundance. You become a vibrational match for the reality you want. Your thoughts send out the signal, and your emotions draw in the experience. But the field you're sending that signal into isn't linear. It doesn't follow a straight timeline. The quantum field is intelligent and holographic, which means your present emotions don't just influence your future. They can shift how you experience the past and open new possibilities in the now. So when you shift your inner world, your outer world follows. You'll start noticing different people showing up, opportunities that seem to appear out of nowhere, better timing, more ease. And this won't be because you manipulated life. It's because you became aligned with a different version of it. You're not chasing signs anymore. You become the sign. You're not waiting for permission. You're standing in your power. You realize that the universe isn't testing you or making you prove yourself. It's simply reflecting who you're being right now. This is where true power comes from, not from trying harder, but from becoming more aligned. When you understand that your emotions, thoughts, and energy are not just a response to your life, but the cause of it, you step into a whole new way of living. One where you're no longer reacting to circumstances, but creating them. The reason many people struggle with manifestation is because they believe it's about thinking the right thoughts or saying the right affirmations. But it's not a mind game. It's not about convincing the universe with words. It's about changing your entire energetic state. It's about convincing your nervous system that this new life is safe, natural, and already yours. When your body starts to believe the change is real, it stops resisting. You stop sabotaging your progress. Your subconscious gets on board. Your identity begins to shift. You become the person who already lives in the reality you're calling in. That's when real manifestation starts, not when you want something, but when you embody it. Quantum physics supports this too. There's a principle called superposition, which means all possibilities exist at once until one is chosen or observed. You're constantly choosing which version of your life you experience based on your emotions, thoughts, and beliefs. So every time you think, I'm not there yet, or I'm not good enough, you're choosing the version of life where that remains true. It's not your fault. We've all been conditioned this way. We've been taught that we have to struggle for our dreams, prove our worth, and wait for someone or something to give us permission to succeed. But the quantum model doesn't care about worthiness. It only responds to alignment. And alignment happens when you stop reacting to life as it is and start feeling life as you want it to be. Not pretending, not hoping, but knowing on an emotional level that it's already done. When you feel abundant before the money comes, or feel love before the relationship starts, or feel joy before the success appears, your whole system shifts. Your heart opens. Your mind clears. Your energy strengthens. This state is called coherence, when your body, mind, and spirit are in harmony. Joe Dispenza describes this as brain-heart coherence. When your heart is full of gratitude and your mind is focused with intention, your signal becomes stronger. It's no longer scattered. You're no longer doubting or second-guessing. You're certain. You become like a lighthouse, clear, steady, and magnetic. This is how transformation really works. It's not about fighting for change. It's about becoming the person who naturally lives the life you desire. You don't have to force things. You don't have to prove your worth. You simply have to become a match for the life that's already waiting for you in the field of possibilities. Neville Goddard once said that to change your life, you need to assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. That means you don't wait for your dreams to come true before you feel happy, confident, or free. You feel those emotions now, as if your desire has already become real. It's not about pretending or hoping. It's about stepping into that version of yourself so completely that the world around you starts to reflect it back to you. Most people don't see results with manifestation because they're not fully aligned with what they want. They might visualize success or repeat positive affirmations, but underneath, they're still full of fear, doubt, or anxiety. They're hoping for something good to happen, but secretly expecting disappointment. The universe responds to the energy you send out, not just your words. If your energy is mixed, your results will be too. The universe isn't judging you. It's just reflecting your dominant state back to you like a mirror. This is where the power of quantum manifestation comes into play. It teaches us that everything in our lives is energy. Your thoughts, your emotions, your beliefs, they all carry a frequency. And whatever frequency you live in most of the time is what you attract. If you feel and act like the version of yourself who already has everything they desire, then the universe begins to match that. Not someday, now. It responds to who you are being in the present moment. Imagine waking up in the morning and deciding to feel grateful before anything even happens. You don't wait for good news to smile. You smile because you're already tuned in to a version of life where things are working in your favor. That's not delusion, that's alignment. You're training your body and mind to live in the energy of your desired future now. And the more you do that, the more you begin to see real changes unfold around you. You don't need to force anything. You don't have to chase success or beg for love. When you fully become the version of yourself who already has those things, they come to you naturally. Your actions start to change. The way you talk changes. You walk with more confidence. You speak with clarity. You trust yourself more. It's not about impressing anyone or acting perfect. It's about feeling in sync with your true self. This is the real secret behind manifestation. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you believe and who you are. And when you stop trying to become someone else and start living as if you're already that person, reality responds. You're not faking it. You're shifting into a new version of yourself. It's about creating a new emotional blueprint and letting that guide your thoughts and actions. Think of life like a wave of possibilities. In the world of quantum physics, nothing is set in stone until it's observed. Everything exists as potential until you focus on one outcome with enough energy and belief to make it real. This is not just philosophy, it's backed by science. Observation collapses the wave into something physical. So when you observe your life through the lens of fear, you create more reasons to be afraid. But if you observe through the lens of possibility, you begin to shape a different version of reality. Most people don't even realize they're choosing the same story over and over again. They wake up thinking the same thoughts, feeling the same emotions, and expecting the same outcomes. So their life repeats like a loop, not because they want it to, but because their subconscious programming is stuck in the past. That's why real change doesn't just come from setting goals. It comes from changing how you see yourself and how you feel on a daily basis. If you keep saying things like, "It never works out for me," or "This is just the way life is," you're not just complaining. You're locking in a specific version of reality. You're choosing a timeline, even if you don't mean to. But here's the good news. You can always choose again. Every time you think a new thought, feel a new emotion, or imagine a new outcome, you disrupt the old pattern. You create space for something new to take shape. The shift happens when you stop reacting from your past and start responding from your future. Even in uncertain moments, you choose peace instead of panic. You trust that something better is on its way, even if you can't see it yet. That's when the energy around you begins to rearrange. That's when the universe responds in powerful ways, not because you forced it to, but because you aligned with it. As Joe Dispenza teaches, your personality creates your personal reality. That means if you want to live a different life, you need to become a different version of yourself, not in a fake or forced way, but in an authentic and empowered way. Change your thoughts. Change your emotions. Change your habits. And your life has no choice but to change too. Neville Goddard reminded us that when you change your concept of yourself, the world around you changes automatically. It's like a reflection in a mirror. Once you shift, everything else shifts too. Abraham Hicks puts it simply, the universe responds to your vibration, not your words. You can say what you want all day long, but if your energy says something different, that's what the universe will listen to. So the big question is, who are you being right now? Not when you're doing a meditation or writing in your journal. Who are you in your quiet moments? Who are you when no one is watching? Because that's the energy that shapes your world. Repetition alone won't change your life if your core energy stays the same. You can say all the right affirmations and visualize your dreams every day. But if your inner world is full of fear, worry, or doubt, you'll keep creating more of the same. True manifestation begins when your natural state shifts. when joy becomes your default, when trust becomes your foundation, when peace feels normal, not rare. That kind of transformation only happens when you stop living in the past and start consciously creating from the future. You begin to feel like your future self now. You align with the version of you who already has what they want. You speak, act, and make decisions from that place of inner knowing, not because you're forcing it, but because you've decided to believe in it. It's not about working harder or doing more. It's about becoming more coherent, where your thoughts, emotions, and actions all point in the same direction. When that happens, you become a powerful magnet for what you desire. Things start flowing. People, situations, and opportunities seem to appear out of nowhere. You're not being lucky. You've simply stepped into the role of the Creator. This is what Jesus meant when he said, "It is done unto you as you believe." This is what Einstein meant when he said, "The field is the sole governing agency of the particle." And this is what ancient spiritual traditions have been teaching all along, that you have the power to shape your reality through consciousness. You don't have to keep waiting for proof. You don't have to keep asking when it's going to happen. The moment you decide to live in the feeling of your desired future, it begins. The wave of potential collapses into form, and life starts to respond in ways you didn't expect, but always needed. This is the heart of manifestation. It's not about wishing. It's about becoming. Not just thinking about your dream life, but feeling your way into it every single day. The more you live from that energy, the faster your life begins to shift. Sometimes there's a quiet shift inside you. It's not loud or dramatic. Nothing in the outside world seems different. But somehow you feel lighter. Something inside softens. There's a sense of calm, like your inner world just paused to breathe. In that stillness, a new kind of awareness begins to rise. That's when real change begins, not through effort or control, but through a deeper kind of alignment within yourself. This is the real beginning of manifestation. Not the kind where you write a list, chant affirmations, or try to force things into happening. No, this is something subtler and much more powerful. It starts not with action, but with how you feel and who you are being inside. Quantum physics tells us that reality isn't solid or set in stone. It's made up of energy, and it's always shifting. Everything we think of as real is actually just one of many possibilities. All versions of you already exist. Yes, every version. And the one that becomes your reality is chosen by your energy, your emotional state, your focus. Not your checklist, not your vision board, but the vibration you carry inside. Think of the universe as a mirror. It doesn't reward you or punish you. It reflects you. Whatever signal you're sending out, whether it's fear, stress, joy, or peace, that's what it reflects back. So when you bring your thoughts and feelings into harmony, when your mind and heart are working together, your energy becomes clear, strong, magnetic. That's when the outside world starts to shift. So, how do you get there? How do you align yourself with what you want? It's not about trying harder. It's not about figuring everything out. In fact, it's often about the opposite, about letting go. Letting go of needing to control the outcome. Letting go of the pressure to do more. Letting go of the stories in your head that say you're not enough or it's not possible. When you release all of that, your energy becomes softer, more open. You're no longer fighting life, you're flowing with it. This is the space where things begin to move. Dr. Joe Dispenza often talks about becoming nobody, no one, no thing, nowhere, in no time. What he means is this: when you step out of your usual identity, your name, your roles, your past, you enter a state of pure being. You stop thinking about who you've been or who you need to become, and you just exist in the now. In that space, You connect with something far greater than yourself, the universal intelligence that creates all things. It's not about pretending to be happy. It's not about forcing fake positivity. It's about tuning into a version of you that already feels whole, the you that doesn't need to be fixed, the you that knows things are already unfolding as they should. When fear or doubt shows up, and it will, you don't have to fight it. You can just sit with it. Get curious. Notice what it's trying to tell you. Pay attention to your need to rush or control things. And instead of reacting, pause. Take a breath. Ask, what if nothing's wrong? What if this is part of the path? In the world of quantum physics, what you focus on becomes real. Every time you bring your attention to a new possibility with calm, steady focus, you begin to make it more real. You're not forcing it to happen. You're gently helping it take shape by aligning your energy with it. This is what Neville Goddard meant when he said, assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. He wasn't telling you to fake it or daydream. He was saying, live from that feeling now. Be the version of you who already has it, already is it. Abraham Hicks says something similar. The universe doesn't hear your words, it feels your vibration. So if you say, I want abundance, but you feel anxious or lacking, that's the signal the universe receives. But if you feel calm, whole, and grateful, as if it's already yours, that's the vibration that brings it to you. It's not magic. It's alignment. The real work of manifestation is vibrational. It's internal. And it's deeply personal. It's not something you do once. It's something you become. Moment by moment, breath by breath, you return to your center. You come back to that version of you who already believes, already feels safe, already trusts. And here's the thing. This process is quiet. It doesn't come with fireworks. There's often no proof in the beginning. No signs. No big aha moment. But deep inside, something is shifting. And that shift is very real. It's the beginning of everything. Manifestation isn't about getting what you want. It's about letting yourself receive what's already out there, waiting for you to match its energy. It's not about asking for something to happen. It's about becoming the version of you who lives in that reality and letting life respond to that version. And the shift doesn't happen by accident. It happens when you stop chasing and start allowing. When you stop trying to make it happen and instead become the kind of person it would naturally happen to. That's why identity matters so much. Who are you being when no one's around? When you're lying in bed or standing in the shower or walking alone? What beliefs are shaping your energy in those quiet moments? What are you assuming about your life? These questions matter more than any technique because they shape your frequency, and your frequency shapes your future. So the real invitation is simple. Be, become, receive. It may sound easy, and in some ways it is. But in practice, it's the most powerful thing you can do. Because when you stop needing proof, when you stop checking to see if it's working, you finally relax into alignment. And that's when things begin to move. Not because you earned it, not because you finally said the right affirmation, but because your energy is no longer pushing against what you want. You're no longer broadcasting doubt. You're radiating wholeness. And that's the energy the universe can respond to. And here's the beautiful paradox. The moment you stop needing results is the moment they start to show up. Because now your vibration is steady. It says, I already have it. I already am it. And the quantum field listens. Every part of your physical world is made of energy. These energy particles are always waiting to respond to the frequency you're holding. When you hold the vibration of, it's already mine, the field begins to organize around that. It's not forced. It's not fast. but it's certain because your signal is clear. So if you feel like nothing's happening, look inward. Ask, am I still waiting? Or have I already become? That's the real key. Not wishing, not working harder, but aligning. Becoming the version of you who no longer questions, who no longer seeks, who simply is. And from that place, everything shifts. It may take time. It may not look like you expected, but the shift will come. Quietly, gently, and with incredible power. Because the universe doesn't need to be convinced. It's already listening. All you need to do is tune in. You don't change your life by running after something outside of yourself. Real change happens when you start becoming the person who already has the life you want. It's not about chasing. It's about shifting into that version of you who already exists, quietly, patiently, in the background. Right now, take a deep breath. Don't do anything extra. Don't try to figure it all out. Just stop for a moment and feel. Feel the future you, the version of you who is already living the dream life you used to only imagine. Not someday, not far away, right now, here in this moment. Can you feel what it's like to wake up as that person? What do they feel first thing in the morning? What do they believe about themselves and the world? How do they walk through tough days? What fears have they finally let go of? Imagine it, not as a fantasy, but as something real. Because it is real. That version of you already exists, not in the far-off future, but right here in the energy around you, in what some call the quantum field. This isn't something you need to chase after or work endlessly to earn. You don't need to prove anything. You just need to remember. Remember who you already are deep down. That version of you is not some faraway goal. It's a memory your soul already holds. It's a truth you're waking up to. Your only job is to align with it. To become so honest, so in sync with that version of you, that your life begins to reshape itself around you. When you stop pretending, when you stop doubting, when you stop trying to be someone else and instead live as your true self, life responds. Reality begins to shift to match who you're being. And if this message is making something stir in your heart, if you feel something inside lighting up, that's not an accident. It means you're already on the way. You haven't missed your chance. You're not behind. You're not broken. You're in the process of becoming. And sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is just pause, close your eyes, and say to yourself, I am becoming. Not as a wish, not out of desperation, but as a soft, certain truth. Let that be your reminder. Let it be your anchor. You're not waiting for change. You are the change. You are becoming. And when you say those words with truth, the universe listens. There's a quiet energy inside of you, a soft vibration most people never notice, not because it's hidden, but because it's subtle. It's not loud. It doesn't crash in like a storm or shout to be heard. It hums softly beneath the noise of life, beneath your stress, your worries, and your to-do lists. It's the calm you feel when you take a breath and everything feels still. It's the awareness that watches your thoughts come and go. It's the presence that stays steady even when everything else changes. That energy, that awareness, is you. The real you. The you that existed before the world told you who to be, what to do, or how to earn your worth. You don't need to go out and find this version of you. You were born with it. It's always been there, waiting for you to remember. And when you stop trying so hard to make life happen, when you let go of needing to prove or strive or control, it activates. Your energy turns on. You become magnetic. You start attracting what matches your truth, not your effort. Here's the secret. You don't need to convince the universe to give you anything. You just need to live like it's already yours. When you live with that kind of quiet confidence, the world around you begins to shift. The universe doesn't respond to your wanting. It responds to your being. It responds to your energy, to your vibration. When you embody the version of you who already has peace, love, abundance, joy, life reflects it back. That's the paradox. You attract more when you stop trying so hard to attract. You receive more when you stop thinking you're missing something. You manifest more when you stop chasing and start allowing. There's a stillness inside you that's been waiting for you to trust it, waiting for you to stop running and just listen. It doesn't shout, it whispers. It speaks in feelings, in quiet knowing. It speaks in the moments when you pause long enough to feel like yourself again. This isn't something you can say just once and forget. It's something you live. It's not a trick. It's not a technique. It's a return to who you really are before the world made you forget. Some people call this coherence. Others call it living in the end or the art of allowing. The name doesn't matter. The message is the same. When you align with who you truly are, the world rearranges around you. Stop pushing. Stop trying to be something you're not. Just come back home to yourself. That's more than enough. You are not separate from the universe. You're a part of it. You're not something the stars look down on. You are made of the same stuff. The shift you've been waiting for, it's already happening inside of you. So breathe like you're already living the life you once hoped for. Walk through your day like your energy matters, because it does. Speak like someone who remembers their power. Act like someone who trusts their path. Let your calm be your strength. Let your stillness be your guide. Even if no one else sees the change yet, your energy is already speaking. It's already broadcasting truth, love, peace, clarity. The universe is listening. It always has been. And now it's responding. You are not chasing anymore. You are becoming. And because of that, everything is changing. If this message felt true for you, if it sparked something deep inside, then you're already on the path. You're not alone. Many of us are waking up to the same truth, that we don't need to be louder or busier or more impressive. We just need to remember who we really are and live from that place. This isn't about pretending everything is perfect. It's about showing up in your truth, even when it's quiet, even when it's tender, even when you're still figuring it out. That's real power. That's real alignment. That's how timelines shift. Not with noise, but with presence. So keep showing up. Keep trusting. Keep becoming. The world may not always reflect your energy right away, but it will. The quantum field listens. The universe is mirroring you. When your inner world becomes whole, your outer world can't help but follow. You don't have to yell. You don't have to beg. Just be. Be the version of you who knows deep down they're already enough. Be the version who walks with quiet certainty. Be the one who trusts the process. And if you're still reading this, know this, you're doing it. You're not lost. You're not late. You're becoming. And you're right on time. So say it with me now, not as a wish, but as a truth. I am becoming. Let that be your daily reminder. Let it guide your choices, your thoughts, your energy. You are the shift. You are the frequency. And you are already rewriting your life just by being who you are. And if this message felt like home, if something inside you said, yes, this is it, then keep going. You're not alone. We're building something beautiful. A space for remembering, for rising, for returning to truth. You're invited. You're welcome. And most of all, you're ready.